All right. So, you know, it's getting to be that time of year again.
It is.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The days are shorter.
Definitely.
The nights are colder.
For sure.
And suddenly it feels like everyone's looking for someone to cuddle up with.
Oh, absolutely. Cuffing season is upon us.
Cuffing season.
Yeah.
So we decided to do a deep dive into, well, the phenomenon of cuffing season.
Absolutely.
And we found this really interesting piece by L.J. Lewis, who, is an author and legal expert.
Right.
And she describes this, as just like this primal urge to find a partner, right?
Yeah.
Starting, as soon as those leaves change color.
Right around late fall.
Late fall, yeah.
Until, the first signs of spring.
Yeah.
The flowers start blooming. The birds start chirping.
But is it just a trend?
Well,
or is there something deeper going on?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And it's something Lewis really dives into.
Yeah.
What I found really interesting was how she connects this whole cuffing season thing to basic human needs.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Like, think about it,
Yeah.
shorter days,
Yeah.
colder temperatures.
It makes you want to stay inside.
Exactly. And she suggests that it actually triggers a craving for companionship.
Oh, so like a biological thing almost.
Almost like, our ancestors huddling together for warmth and security.
Like way back in the day.
Exactly. Except, now we've got Netflix and hot cocoa instead of fire.
Right. Instead of a fire. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's fascinating. I never thought about it that way before.
It is really interesting.
But, we do have central heating now.
That's true.
So is it really all just about the weather?
That's a good point. It's definitely more nuanced than that.
Right.
Lewis also talks about how our activities change.
Yeah, that's true.
When it gets cold.
Totally.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Summertime, we're out and about, barbecues, beach trips.
Right. We're going to concerts.
Exactly. But come winter,
Yeah.
we're all about cozy nights in, movie marathons.
Yeah. Yeah, we're staying and like baking.
Exactly. And honestly, those things are just better when you have someone to share them with.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you put on a holiday movie, you make some hot chocolate, and suddenly being single doesn't seem as fun.
It changes the whole atmosphere for sure.
Yeah, it really does. But I got to say,
Yeah.
I feel like there's even more pressure to be in a relationship when the holidays roll around.
Oh, tell me about it. I think that's something we can all relate to.
Right. And Lewis even touches on that.
She does.
Like, it's not just the weather. It's all the societal expectations, right?
Yeah, it's like, you have family gatherings.
Oh, yeah?
All those holiday movies.
Right, like all the Hallmark movies.
Yeah, they really push that narrative of needing a partner to be happy.
And it starts early. Like, even before Halloween, my family's already asking me when I'm going to find someone.
That's tough.
It's a lot. And you know what? One of the things that Lewis really emphasizes that I think is so important is self-awareness.
Right.
Like before you dive headfirst into some, big winter romance, how can you tell if you actually want a genuine connection?
Right. Or are you just trying to avoid the winter blues? How do you figure that out?
Yeah, that's a tough question.
It is.
But Lewis has some good advice.
Yeah.
She suggests taking some time for honest reflection.
Okay, so how do you do that?
Well, ask yourself some tough questions. What are your motivations here? What are you really looking for?
So, why do I actually want to be in a relationship right now?
Exactly. And, look back at past relationships too.
Oh, that's a good idea.
What worked, what didn't. And think about, what you truly want in a partner.
Yeah, those are all good points. And I think
they're tools too.
Yeah.
Journaling can be really helpful.
Well, I love journaling.
Right. Getting those thoughts out on paper. And meditation.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it can help you sort of clear your head and connect with yourself.
And sometimes even just talking to a friend.
Oh, absolutely. A trusted friend can give you a whole new perspective. Right. Because when you're in your own head, it's easy to get caught up in the fantasy of it all.
Definitely. So yeah, getting that outside perspective is super helpful.
I think a lot of people could benefit from those tips.
Me included.
Yeah, myself included, for sure. Now, Lewis also talks about some practical stuff.
Okay.
Like navigating the ups and downs of cuffing season.
Yeah.
Like, how do you date without totally neglecting your friends and your hobbies and all that?
Right. It's about balance, right?
Yeah. How do you find that balance?
Yeah, Lewis really emphasizes the importance of maintaining your support network.
Okay.
It's easy to get swept up in the excitement of a new relationship.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
But your friends, your hobbies, those things are still important.
So important.
And having that strong support system outside of the relationship It's crucial for your well-being no matter what happens.
Oh, yeah, I've totally been there.
Yeah.
Where I've like neglected my friends because I was in a new relationship. And then when things didn't work out, I was like, oh, wait.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. I need to reconnect with everyone.
It's a lesson I think a lot of us have learned the hard way.
Yeah, for sure. Now, let's talk about red flags.
Oh,
Because, it's cuffing season.
yeah.
Everyone's a little more vulnerable.
Absolutely.
So how do you know if a cuffing season romance is, maybe not as great as it seems?
Well, Lewis is pretty astute about that.
Yeah.
She points out some things to watch out for. Inconsistent communication,
Oh, that's a big one.
right? Disrespect for boundaries.
Oh, yeah.
If someone's reluctant to introduce you to their world, that could be a sign too.
Oh, like they don't want to bring you around their friends and family?
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
Trust your instincts on this one. If something feels wrong,
Yeah.
it probably is. Don't ignore those red flags just because it's cuffing season.
It's so easy to do that, though.
It is, but remember, your well-being is the priority.
Absolutely. And, on the topic of well-being, Lewis is really big on self-care.
Oh, self-care is crucial, especially during this time of year.
Right. And she's talking about self-care no matter what your relationship status is.
Exactly. Whether you're coupled up or single, self-care is for everyone.
So what does she recommend?
Well, she talks about, doing things you enjoy.
Okay. So like what? Hobbies and stuff.
Right, like your hobbies, spending time with friends, anything that brings you joy.
Yeah.
Exercising is a big one too.
Oh, yeah. That always makes me feel better.
Right. And taking time for reflection, like we were talking about earlier.
Oh, yeah. Journaling, meditation.
Exactly.
Okay. So it's all about taking care of yourself first.
It is. And it's a good reminder that you're responsible for your own happiness,
Right.
whether you're in a relationship or not.
100%. Now, there's this idea out there that all cuffing season relationships are doomed.
Oh, yeah, that they're just flings that end when the weather warms up.
Right. But Lewis doesn't seem to think that's always the case.
She doesn't. She actually believes that cuffing season relationships can last.
So what's the key?
Well, she's really big on open and honest communication,
Makes sense.
especially when it comes to expectations.
Yeah. So like talking about what you both want.
Exactly. You need to have those sometimes difficult conversations about what you're looking for.
Right. Like, is this just a for the moment thing?
Right. Or do you see potential for something more long term?
Oh, that's a good point.
And being upfront about that from the beginning can save you a lot of heartache down the line.
It can be awkward to have those conversations, but it's probably worth it in the long run.
I think so. It's all about setting yourself up for success.
That's a good point. So, reading through Lewis's piece, I noticed that she keeps coming back to this idea of self-understanding.
Oh, yeah. She's a big believer in knowing yourself,
Yeah, like knowing your pattern.
your needs, your desires.
Right. And she says that's crucial for healthy relationships, no matter what time of year it is.
It's true. Cuffing season can be fun and exciting,
Oh, definitely.
but it's also a great opportunity for growth and self-discovery.
I like that. It's like a chance to learn about yourself.
Exactly. And use that knowledge to build stronger relationships, whether they're romantic or not.
So, to everyone listening out there,
Yeah.
as we head into cuffing season, think about what we just talked about.
Hmm.
What are your motivations for wanting to be in a relationship?
What are your deal breakers?
Yeah, what are your deal breakers? And most importantly, how can you prioritize your own well-being
No matter what.
no matter what? And remember,
Yeah,
you deserve to be happy,
absolutely.
whether you're coupled up or enjoying the single life this winter.
You got this.
You got this. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into cuffing season.
It's been fun.
It has. We'll see you next time.
See you then, Tate.